Body bags were horror lies.
What's up, YouTube? Welcome to another week on the Body Bags. We're going to wish everybody a Happy New Year's. So this will be the first week of the new year. Great theme this week picked by Critter Buster. And this is a film starting with the letter B. So, I mean, that left it pretty open. So I had a hard time narrowing it down, but I finally settled on a film I've been wanting to revisit for a while. And that is George A. Romero's 2000 film, Bruiser. Very, very different film for Romero, in my opinion. This was his return to horror. He hadn't done a film since 1993 when he did Dark Half. So he kind of had a 7-year hiatus. I'm not sure how well received this movie was. I mean, because I've not really heard of this until the past couple years. And I believe you can only get it in a Walmart 2-pack. So, well, that's kind of strange. But overall, I think this is a really cool film. The story follows Henry, your main character, and his life is pretty much just a country music song. I mean, his wife's cheating on him. His dog doesn't like him. His work status is not going good. His boss is just a major prick. Super asshole guy. Who is played by Peter Stormare. Or Peter Strohmeyer, I believe is how you say his name. I probably butchered that, but he's been in Fargo, The Big Lebowski. He's been in a bunch of films. You probably recognize him if you saw him. He does a terrific job playing the a-hole boss from hell. So yeah, so I like his performance a lot. So anyway, Henry's just having a pretty terrible life. He ends up going to a work-related party with everybody from work to his boss's house. He said his boss is an asshole, and like all the employees make fun of him behind his back. And, like nobody seems to like him. He's a womanizer. He's racist. He's pretty much everything a bad guy is. Okay, so Henry goes to the office party though. At his boss's house, has a conversation with a girl, and there's this small garden that has masks gathered around, and they're all painted different. They're all blank expression, like drama masks or something, and they've all been painted and designed. So they're sitting there talking about these masks, and I think what this girl says is very important to the film. I didn't even notice it the first time I watched it. She's just talking about how what all the mask really represents, and how it's just a ghost, and it's memories to be forgotten. Like no matter how you paint these masks, they'll always fade away to nothing. Like the mask, you're basically forgotten when you're wearing a mask. So I think that's an interesting point in conversation at that point. But anyway, leap forward, like I said, Henry's having a crazy time, and he's just losing his mind. And this movie does a great job of showing the different, or this movie does a great job of making you confused on what is reality and what is fantasy, like what's in Henry's head and what's real. And I think that's a good 2/3 of the movie is you riding through Henry's mindset basically and trying to know what the hell's going on. He wakes up one morning with a blank expression mask. So he's basically a faceless phantom, and he's taking this and running with it. So he is enacting his revenge on his boss and his cheating girlfriend / wife. I can't remember if she was a girlfriend or wife, but anyway, his woman. So it's pretty much a roller coaster ride from there. The soundtrack is very interesting. I mean, you got everything from classical to funk. And you got Misfits are actually in the movie playing live at a concert. So it's pretty kick ass. You know, I'm a fan of Misfits, so that's cool to see. But I thought the soundtrack was interesting. The camera work, very interesting as well. Very experimental, and like I said, this has a different feel to it. You can definitely tell the time period. It's like 2000. So it kind of has. It almost reminds me of, the Scream look almost of that kind of era of movies. But Bruiser, highly underrated George A. Romero film. Highly interesting story. Also, the thing I forgot to mention is the mask. The mask is amazing. It starts out expressionless and all this, and as he's going through the movie and enacting his revenge, he the mask transforms and it kind of evolves with him. I mean, he gets different slashes, it gets bloody, and then it seems to all go back to clean slate. Kind of a hard movie to completely explain. I mean, without just making it confusing and giving a whole lot away. So I highly suggest checking it out if you're in for a movie that's just different. It's more of a psychological thriller per se, maybe than a straight up horror slasher. But there is good amount of gore. There's some pretty cool kills in this. Um, a decent amount of gore. I highly suggest this. I would give this a solid 7.5 out of 10, maybe 8. Pretty kick-ass flick. Y'all enjoyed my review of Bruiser from the year 2000. As always, check out the rest of the homies on Body Bags. Yet again, Happy New Year's. Thanks for watching.